What's up, YouTube? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is my very first review, I want to say. Today I'm gonna be reviewing Spider-Man: Homecoming. Just walked out of the theater probably about a half hour ago. First and foremost, the movie was amazing. It's everything that I genuinely wanted in a superhero movie. Um, the balance between characters, the balance, like the relationship between Tom Holland and Michael Keaton was just phenomenal. This is going to be a spoiler video, um, so you've been warned. I like the fact that when Liz's character and Tom Holland, well, and Peter Parker were getting driven by Michael Keaton, uh, and he started to pick up like all the like little hints, like, oh, you, like when Liz said you were only at the party for like 2 seconds, and how you disappeared during the at the Washington Monument, kind of threw like little hints, but like, yeah, this is definitely Spider-Man. And then how he just threatened to kill Peter if he continues to do what he does. I really like that. I really think they made Michael Keaton very not so villainy, but he made you want to like him. Like that, like they had a secret part of me that was actually rooting for Keaton, because he's such a believable actor. Like when he was like, oh, I'm taking over the whole world kind of thing. No, like that wasn't at all what it was. It was like I'm busting my ass day in and day out trying to provide for my family. And I really connected with that. Like nothing will stop me from providing for my family, you know? Um, some of the jokes were a little forced, but overall, it was a very, very. It was a lot funnier than what I thought. Captain America PSAs were freaking hilarious. Um, let's see. Overall, my favorite part of the movie, honestly, was when Vulture pretty much was like had his jetpack and his wings just like going around, and he was like Spider-Man was distracted by Keaton's character, and it was just like it was completely going around, and it was like slicing up the beams, and then the rubble just fell, and then the way Tom Holland just like he just broke. Like it was such a powerful, and it was such an amazing performance that you inside you were like, come on, Spidey, come on, Spidey, you can do it. Break out. You got this. And it, like having him cry, like asking people for help, and then when he looked inside that little puddle, he saw half the mask and half his face, and like, I'm Spider-Man. I can do this on my own. Let's see, Robert Downey Jr. Overall, that was my one of the most epic parts of that entire movie. Let's talk about Robert Downey Jr. Such he did such a good role in this, and like it wasn't it wasn't the case of it being like Iron Man 4. I mean, he only had about like 10 to 15 minutes of the entire movie, and that it wasn't necessarily say people going to the theater saying, "Oh, this is going to be an Iron Man movie." No, this was a Peter Parker Spider-Man movie, and it was so good. I love the balance between him being on the streets of Spider-Man and then trying to juggle being in high school, like, and seeing him how he's slowly starting to be like, I don't need high school. I'm fucking Spider-Man, you know? But in the end, on how his ultimate goal was to be an Avenger, when Tony gave him the opportunity to be an Avenger, he turned it down. And oh my god, that Iron Spider costume, oh my god, it was so awesome. So awesome. I had a geek out moment in the fullest. I was not expecting the Iron Spider suit. Um, let's see. There were some incidents where I would see like the CGI being off just a little bit, but like it was like, they could have done a lot better. But overall, the CGI was amazing. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about Zendaya being MJ. I don't know. I'm gonna have to further try to be invested in the character. I'm probably gonna have to go see the movie again, which I'm probably gonna want to see it again. Let's see. Ned's character, um, hilarious. Hilarious, especially when he was asking. Well, when Peter asked him to be in the like the chair computer guy. Well, the computer chair guy, and teacher walks in, which I found hilarious when he was like, "I am watching porn." That was just a funny moment. Um, let's see. On the big twist, one of the big twists that hit me out of left field was Adrian Toomes being Liz's dad. I was like, wait, I thought this was gonna be Zendaya's character being Adrian Toomes' dad, not Liz's character. Yeah. Um, the whole action sequence with when they're at the Washington Monument and Spidey Spidey pretty much saves him, and he was trying to, how can I put this? Like, he was trying to prove to Tony, and he was trying to prove to the world that yeah, he is an event. Yeah, he wants to be an Avenger. Like, that was like his main goal, and like I was rooting for him to actually reveal himself to Liz, but I'm glad they didn't. Marissa Tomei, what can I say? I've been a fan of her since My Cousin Vinny. Um, she did an amazing job. Hot as hell, holy crap. Um, and just that spoiler at the very, very end of how when Tom got his suit back, when Peter got his suit back, just that what the end cutscene, hilarious. Just the entire movie theater was completely dying laughing. Um, let's see. How do I don't know how I feel about the post credit scene, the Captain America one, where he talks about patience. That was just golden. That was golden. I just laughed out completely. See, now I don't know how I feel about them introducing Scorpion. Don't get me wrong, it'd be great to see Scorpion on the big screen. It's just that there are so many other characters that they can use, like for a Spider-Man sequel, like Mysterio, Craven, or even Hammerhead. No, Tomahawk. I'm sorry, Tomahawk. Like, there's so many other characters that haven't been used from the Spider-Man universe that they can really do now. Like, nobody expected the Vulture to be what the Vulture was. Like, with all the high tech and all that stuff. I mean, just imagine what they could do with Mysterio. you know. Um, let's see. Yeah, I I, I really see how like this movie really knocked it out of the park with the struggle, like I said, with the struggling of high school, with the struggling of him actually being already established as Spider-Man. We didn't need an origin story, and I thought that was absolutely perfect because the great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben dying has been beaten to death. Jesus God. First we had what's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy who played the first Ben Parker, but then Martin Sheen playing the second. It was beaten to death, and lucky for this, he wasn't even mentioned throughout the entire movie, which I thought was brilliant because we already know the origin story. Got bit by a radioactive spider. Ben Parker dies. I become Spider Man. Um, Another thing I really loved about this movie is it showed him actually learn how to use his powers. You know, like how his suit, like how he was able to get control of his suit. You know, like how like when he gets trapped inside the warehouse and how he built like the Spider-Man hammock. That was real funny. It was really cool, and how he was learning all of his combinations and learning all of that. That was pretty cool. Um, I love the fact that that when he was talking to Karen, his quote unquote his suit, how it like when like it kept asking for like insta kill mode, and I thought that was funny. How when he was like when they had like disguised voice, it kind of reminded me of Christian Bale's Batman, which I thought was freaking hilarious. And I was actually watching Tom Holland's interview, like when he was auditioning, like he went like on a talk show and they aired like some audition tapes, and he had a Batman mask and he completely threw Christian Bale's voice out there. It was freaking hilarious, and he actually incorporated that into the movie. I thought that was just genius. Um, but overall, I give the movie a solid nine out of 10. I mean, it's probably one of if not my favorite Marvel movie, well, Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Um, it really had to top Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think it did. I think Spider-Man: Homecoming is definitely my new favorite movie. Well, new favorite Marvel Universe movie, you know, and like but yeah, let's see. That's all I have for that's all I have for this video. Please comment, please subscribe, and let me know what your favorite part of the movie was if you have, and let me show, and maybe I'll do a video of who I would further like to see character development in the next Spider-Man, and eventually start talking about Infinity War. Peace out, guys.